I'm going to record this, so I'll be able to post it later for reference.
Okay,
Um,
sounds good.
so this is the basic layout, and so anytime a user logs in, this is what they're going to see.
Mhm.
It's going to be a little bit different. Of course, you're going to have your Dominion logo in the top, on the top. Um, but other than that, the basic layout's the same. Administrators are going to have a couple more options, such as reports, content, and admin.
And that's what I'll
Um,
need, the administrator.
yeah, so you're an administrator, so you should
Okay.
see those.
All right.
Um, but an end user would not see those items. So,
Okay.
but the layout, um, training that has been assigned to the user will appear on your transcript. If it's a certification that's been assigned to the user, it'll appear under certifications. And there's a couple of different ways that a user can get to their transcript if they want to view their individual transcript. They can click on the title bar here, or they can go to My Learning and view your transcript.
Okay.
That's going to take you to the same page. So it's going to show basically the same information. And the information on the home page and the transcript widget's going to show the most recently assigned 10 items, with the most
Okay.
recently assigned appearing first.
All right.
And so if we go to view transcript, these are the items. This is the training that's been assigned to us. And if we have a launch button, we can click launch and it will launch the training. We can also view completed items by selecting completed, and this will show the training that's been completed.
Okay. Just show date. Yeah. It says dates right here. Okay.
Yeah. So, and a little bit about the icons. This icon is a material item. A material item would be something like a video or a PDF or PowerPoint. The stack of books is a curriculum, and this little screen is an individual online course.
Mhm.
For a certification, it would have a little picture of a certificate.
Okay.
I don't think I have any certifications assigned to me, but so anyway, I want to move over to the user tab, and users is where you'll view your individual user information. So
Okay.
we click on users. Whenever you come to this page, if you just click on search, it's going to list all the users that you have access to. And you can also use additional search criteria such as last name or first name to search for individual users.
Okay.
And we also have the option for plant location. So if
Mhm.
you wanted to search a specific plant location, so for example, what is your plant?
Cope.
Cope. Okay, so search for Cope, select Cope, and then click search. And this is going to show all of the users that are at Cope. And this shows that there are 71 currently.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought I had. So earlier this week I checked it, and I got a lot of people's names on there that aren't even associated with Cope for some reason.
Okay, so yeah, once we're done with the meeting, I can send you a list of users, or during this meeting, I can walk you to this page, or you can go to this page yourself and search the COPE users. And if you just
Mhm.
click this Excel icon, it will load all of your users to an Excel document.
Yeah.
And then you can just highlight users that shouldn't be. I don't know if you can see my screen. There's an Excel document that's opening up.
I don't see that one.
And it won't let me minimize. Okay. So anyway, an Excel document will open, and then you'll be able to highlight the users that are of concern. And
Mhm.
so what I'll have to do is I'll have to figure out what plant they should actually be in, and I'll have to send that to Ernest and get his clarification.
Okay, maybe we can look at that in a little while, and I'll tell you
Sure.
which ones
Sure.
are not here.
So, okay, so on the user page, I want to review some of the things that we can do on this page.
Okay.
All of your options for management for users is going to be accessible through this options dropdown.
Okay.
And there are going to be items in my list that will not be in yours, but two items that you want to pay primary attention to. The first one is change password. So if you want to update a user's password, this is where you would change that.
Okay.
So if I click change password, I have two options. The first option is to send a forgot password email. And this is going to be the same thing as if the user clicked the forgot password link on the login page. It's going to email them a link, and they'll click on that link and they'll be able to reset their password.
Okay.
The second option is define a temporary password. So if I click OK, this is going to let me enter a new password for the user. Now you will have to communicate what this password is to the user.
Okay.
The other option is view transcript, and this is going to allow you to view the user's actual transcript. And this is going to be laid out exactly like your transcript as a learner. But whenever you're viewing a user's transcript as an administrator, one thing you're not going to see is a launch button. The only thing that you can do is view the training details.
All right.
And looking at this information, it shows that the user has been registered into this training, and since they're in a registered status, it means they have not opened this training. So a couple of different statuses that are available for training. The first status is going to be registered, and that basically means that they have not started the training. Once they start the training, it'll move them into an in progress status, and then they will remain in progress until they complete the training.
Okay.
And then once they complete the training will move to their completed tab. So if you come to this completed tab, you'll be able to see the training that they have completed.
So that shows everything they've completed in the past for however long.
And so if I click on the title, there's two ways that I can get to the details. This is going to take me to the exact same page. I can click on the title, or I can click this View Training Details button. And this is going to take me to the detail page for that training. It's going to show when they last accessed the training, what their score was, and how many times they viewed the course, and the total amount of time they spent in the course.
Okay.
And there's a couple of options down here at the bottom. So this is going to show the assignment history, and how many registrations they've had. And this registration is going to be based upon the original or the most recent registration. You can see the user has been registered into this training a total of 5 times.
Okay. Every year.
Yeah. So.
And he's registered for it now again here at COPE.
Yeah. So this is 10103, but he's in a completed status. So if you look at the transcript history right here, you'll see his latest update is completed.
So what we have, I'm sorry, Dusty, what we have is we got a training schedule set for this year. And fire extinguisher training is due during the month of October. And those guys out there in the areas are trying to go ahead and complete their training for the year. So it's assigned to him. Can they take it early and get credit for it?
Yeah, let me, let's talk about that. So, so a couple of ways that the training is going to occur within a user's transcript. So right now, this training is in a completed status. So a user has the option, they can go in here and he can launch this training and he can complete it. Now, his completion date is going to remain 7/15/2019.
Okay.
So the only way that that information is going to be updated is if he is reassigned that training as a new occurrence. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward to the learning assignment tool. And this is how you're going to assign training to your users. So if I click create assignment, and we'll call this Dominion Fire Extinguisher.
So you went admin create assignment.
Yeah, admin learning assignment tool. You cancel out of this. The admin learning assignment tool, and this will have all of your past assignments that you've created. And to create an assignment, you just click create assignment.
Okay.
And you leave this set as standard. You do not want to set this to dynamic. Dynamic is specifically for something that you want to happen automatically in the system.
Okay.
And that cannot occur at a user level. So that would have to be like a plant location level. If you had training that was, there's a certain trigger you were going to set in the system.
Like a yearly thing?
Well, for example, what a dynamic registration would be, or dynamic assignment would be, let's say you have a course, and anytime you add a new user to COPE, anytime they meet that requirement, then they'll automatically receive this assignment of training. So if you think of this like an example of, you have a training set for a certain job title, and within that job title, you have a training program that's assigned. So if we enter a user into the system and they have a specific job title, then that training will automatically be assigned to that user because their job title has been updated to validate that requirement. And so there's something in the system that is triggered based upon a certain piece of information.
Okay.
I don't think I have any users in the system that are using the dynamic assignment. Everyone's using standard.
So every year, if I want to assign them the list of courses due for that calendar year, I do that with the standard process one time only.
We can set up a certification. If you have the same training that's going to be occurring annually, we can certainly set up a certification.
Okay.
So let me show you two different methods, and then you can decide what might work best for you. So if I'm going to title this Annual Fire Extinguisher I'm going to select my fire extinguisher training. Those are the 104s. And the provider that Dominion uses is going to be Martech Media. Click Apply Filters. And I'm just going to select all of these courses, and you can select as many courses as you want. For this example, I'm just going to select these courses. So I'm going to click Next. It's important to choose Assign, Approve, and Register at the top. The reason why we choose Assign, Approve, and Register is that's going to give a user a launch link next to the training. If you selected Assign Only, then the user, instead of a launch link, they're going to have a request link. And then, so they'll have to click request, and then they'll have another button. It'll change to register. Then they'll click register, and then they'll click their launch link.
They have to do extra steps.
Yeah, it's a couple extra steps. So it's going, the user will still have access to the training. This is just controlling how it functions. So the reason why we have this in place is because some administrators don't want a user to have immediate access to training. So they implement approval requirements. So this is going to override the approval requirements. Since your users don't have any approval requirements, even if you forget to assign, approve, and register, they'll still be able to have access to the training. They'll just have a couple extra buttons they have to click.
Okay.
So schedule, this is something to consider. So for example, if this is training that is going to be required in October, then you could set this as a specific date, and we'll move to October, let's say October 1st at 8 a.m. So October 1st at 8 a.m., this is going to be activated within the system.
Just wanted to assign it.
Right, yeah, it's going to process this assignment. So the training's not going to be assigned till then. Another option you have is you could move this back to, let's say, maybe July 31st, and we'll have a due date of October 31st.
Okay.
So one thing to note about this is that this process date is only going to occur once. So the difference between this and a certification is a certification is going to recur every year until you tell the certification not to renew anymore.
Right.
And then with the training due dates that I'm using within the learning assignment tool, this is only going to flag the course in their transcript as being past due. It's not going to trigger any emails or anything. It's just going to highlight it as being past due. Certifications are going to trigger emails. Learning assignment tools are not going to trigger emails.
Okay.
So if I click next, this is going to take me to the user page, and I can select my users. I can select individual users.
And you can select your group too, right?
Right, and you can also select, so your plant location, type in coat, apply filters, and then select that. And I'll type in select or click select. I'm going to generate my initial user list, and this is going to show the users that are going to be included in this enrollment. Now, one thing I want to point out is that there are some users that aren't showing their checkboxes checked, and what that means is the user is in a completed status. So it's not going to reassign this training if a user is already in a completed status. If you want to reset the user's enrollment, then you have to check this assign new occurrence. And now whenever I reset initial user list, it's going to show all these checkboxes are checked. So all of these users are going to receive this assignment. And this is going to reset their enrollment. So it's going to move them into a new enrollment. It's going to move them back into a registered status. So this is going to appear on their active transcript as opposed to their completed transcript.
See, what a problem I'm going to have is we issue this out to the guys. Some of them have already done the classes, some of them haven't. And so if I do that again, it's going to reassign them. They're going to have to do it again.
Yeah, if that's a requirement that you have, I know a lot of a lot of plants that we work with, they do have requirements where the user does have to complete certain safety training every year.
Yeah. So that's the issue I'm running into is some of them have already done it. Some of them haven't. So once I do that and I click it again, it's going to issue it out to everybody again. They're going to be like, well, I've already done it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. So that's something that you have to, as an administrator, you have to determine whether or not you're going to make that a requirement. So if you don't want to force users that have already completed the training to retake the training, then you don't check assign new occurrence, and it will only assign the training to users that.
So what's the best way of looking up? Okay, I got my list of people for COPE. I want to see who's completed fire extinguisher training. What's the
sure.
best way of looking that up? That way I don't reissue it again, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so let me close this section if you don't mind. So a couple of things I want to point out. If you're not sure that you really want to complete this enrollment, you can save this as a draft.
Okay.
But right now I'm going to cancel this because I do not want to assign this training to the user.
Okay.
But if you did save it as a draft, it would appear on this list. And all you have to do is click on the title, and then you can go back into it.
Okay.
So one of the things that once you have completed an assignment, if you want to complete that assignment again or build that assignment again, all you have to do is copy. So if you copy, it's going to copy over a lot of the information with the exception of the users. It will not copy over the users.
Okay.
So any questions about assigning training?
No, I think I know.
That seemed pretty clear.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about, I know you asked a question about looking at who's completed training. I do want to talk about, since we're talking about enrollment, so I'm going to talk about certification enrollments. Certifications are something that's used by SCANA or Dominion. I'm sorry, I keep calling you. I've been working with y'all for like 7 or 8 years, so it's taken me a minute to adjust. So this is going to allow me to enroll users into a certification. And Dominion does use some certifications. So if I go to this family, and looks like this is still actually Dominion. If I click search, this is going to show the certifications that are available for assignment. So I know there's the new employee safety orientation. I think that's one that's been used often. And so if you know of users that have been assigned a certification, there are these certifications that are available. And
yeah, we just got a new engineer today, so I got to set up whatever training he needs.
So if we look at, if I come back down to certification management, admin certification management, then you can look and see. So if I want to see users that are in this new employee safety orientation, I click on this blue and green icon, and this will show me users that have been enrolled into this training. And I can also break this down by group. So if I select plant location and COPE.
Yeah. Okay.
And search. And this shows me the COPE users that have been assigned this training.
Okay.
And this will show their statuses. So one thing I want to say about certifications is I'm going to log in as this user to show you. I know you mentioned that there was a user that was saying their training wasn't being marked complete.
Yeah.
So I want to show you one possible scenario. So so if a user is, let's say they want to complete 10101 personal protective equipment, and so if they launch it from their certification, they're going to be re-enrolled into that training. It's going to add a new enrollment, and it's going to update their transcript as complete. If this user comes to 10101 in the search and they launch it, it's not going to enter them into a new completion.
That's what's going on, man.
I'm sorry?
That's what's going on with the guys here then. They're doing that and it's launching, but it's not showing as completed.
Yeah, so they want to, if they have a certification, so for example, this one has a new employee safety orientation. This might not be a good example because this is a one-time certification, so it's going to function a little bit differently. So whenever a user takes training through the certification, if it's a renewing certification or a certification that renews every year or every 3 years, they have to go into the certification and re-enroll into that training. And that's going to reset their enrollment so they can receive a new completion date. Do you have a name of the user that was having that issue?
Walter Myers. M-Y-E-R-S. There we go.
Okay, so do you know the name of the training?
Looking at his transcript.
Go ahead.
It's 101-02.
Yeah, he's already completed this training. 10102, he completed it 2/10/19.
But he's also finished it this year. He did it this year too.
But if you keep in mind, he's only with his he's only been enrolled into this training once. So let me go back to his.
So I just need to reassign everybody, it sounds like.
If someone needs to have a new completion date associated with the training, then they do need to receive a new enrollment for that training. So if I go back and I view his transcript for 10102 and go back to the training details.
See there, it shows where he last.
Yes, last access was 2/25/2020.
That's when he did it.
Right, but his last completion is 2/10/2019. So he would have to be re-enrolled into this training to receive a new completion.
They're going to be mad about that. Oh well, that's what I got to do.
Well, you do have the option to mark them complete in the system if you want, and that's something that we'll look at.
Okay.
I do want to cover one more thing. I want to answer your question about how do you view training that users have completed. So
yeah, well, it showed me that to reports. Okay.
Yeah, so go to reports and standard reports, and then click on training. And probably the report that you're going to use the most is going to be the enterprise training report.
Enterprise training. Can you back up 1 second? I'm sorry, I was writing it down.
Yeah, so
training
reports, standard reports, and the training tab.
And then go to enterprise training.
That's correct, enterprise training.
So now we can look up his,
yes, we can look up, so if we drill this down to plant location, we're going to look at cope first. Search for cope and click done once I select cope. And so if I just click search, this is going to show me the training that has been completed between this date and this date. So between March 1st and March 10th.
So what I would need really is the 1st of January to now.
So yeah, we can, I can change this to a 1 and then click search. And this is actually showing all the training information. You'll notice there are a lot of people that are showing up as registered, and registered meaning that they have not started the training yet.
Mm-hmm.
So if I select completed in the status option, it's going to limit this to where it's only showing the completed courses. So if I click search, and I'm going to do one thing, I'm going to select include column for completion date and click search. And this is going to add a new column to show the date they have completed. So I'm showing, go ahead.
It's showing me only a few people at the site have completed any training, actually. Because the assignment, like the one Phil Myers did, he's already done it, but he's not getting credit for it.
Correct, because this is going on their last completed date. So if I want to back this up, and let's say I take this back to January 1st, 2019, and click search, then you see I have 732 completed items. And if I want to drill down to a specific course, so we'll say 10102.
Yeah.
Select that course and click search again. Then I've got these 63 users that have completed it. So it's showing the date they were registered and the date they completed. So if you want these users to receive a new completion, then they have to be re-registered into the training.
So I can send out a group register to get them all registered for this year's training. So there's like 6 courses for 2020. And I thought I'd already done that with some help of, a week or so ago, but obviously it didn't work that way. So how do I check to see who all's done the course but didn't get a completion date? I have to go by every individual name and check that?
Well, there's a report that I can build. So this is a custom report, and I'll build this report and I'll share it with you. But the only thing that this is going to show, it's going to show the user last access. This does not mean that they completed the course. So I can also pull a report from our database. I'm sorry?
Yeah, I should have got this training up front before I tried to assign courses, that's for sure. Looking back on it now,
I can pull a report from our database and send it to you. Our database would have updated information.
Okay, that'd be good. And then I can go in there and change them to completed after I assign it, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, that'll keep them off me so much because they are like, I did the course, what's going on, you know? So I'm telling them I'm learning, you know, it's kind of.
Right.
This is the most training I've had on it is with you today, so I appreciate that.
Hey, no problem. I want you to know that I'm always here, so please, if you have any questions, email me or call me. I'm more than happy to get on a call. One thing I want to do is I want to give you control so I can kind of walk you through how to mark training complete. And so we have about 25 more minutes to spend, and let me stop sharing, and then at the bottom of your screen there should be a green share icon where you can share your screen.
Share screen, okay. Screen 1. I guess that's the right one.
Yeah,
all right.
I see your
Can
screen.
You see it on user screen? All right.
I see it. So one thing I want to look at first while we're on this page is if you scroll down a little bit and go ahead and clear your name from the search, and let's just click search after you do that, after it's blank, and we'll see what comes up. Okay, so does that look like all your users? If we scroll down to the bottom, it'll show us the number of users that are showing up.
I've got a lot of extra ones there. That's 513.
Yeah, you have all the Dominion energy users, so you'll have to drill it down to individual plant if you want to view just your plant.
So AU criteria.
Right, and then select plant location.
Plant location.
And then select that little, you see that blue box?
Oh, the blue box, yeah, okay.
Select that and then type in your plant location.
It just didn't show up, okay. Code generated station.
Yeah, now I'll click search.
Okay, that's what I didn't do yesterday, is I didn't hit search again.
Yeah, so one thing I want to look at, let's go ahead and view one of the transcripts, any transcript besides your own.
Okay, I see one name in here that shouldn't fall under me now. It's Leslie Blevins. She's not here anymore.
Okay.
Let me look through these real quick.
You can go ahead and save or export an Excel list if you want. There's an Excel button on the top right.
All right. Save. Okay. Let's save now, so
okay.
Click out of it.
Sure.
All right, so now I want to look at one of their training records. Let's see. Let's look at Mr. Myers again.
Okay.
And click there and view transcript.
That's right. And then on the right, where it says view training detail, there's that little white arrow that points down. If you don't mind, click that. I want to see what options you have.
Remove and view training details.
Click view training details. And scroll down a little. Okay, so you mentioned that people are going to be upset if they had to complete this training again. So if you notice, there's a mark complete option and an edit score option. So if you register the user back into the training, but you don't want them to complete it, you can mark this complete, and you can also edit their score. That way it'll move to their completed transcript without them having to complete it again.
So if I want to do that now, I can do it? No, this is not one he's taken yet. It'd be like fire extinguisher or hearing and noise safety. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah, if you can get me that file that shows who's went in there and did that, that would be great, man, because I'm kind of like having to pull up every name right now and check that out to see.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, I'll send that report. Unfortunately, I can only narrow it down to Dominion Energy. I can't actually, I can narrow it down to Dominion, but I can't narrow it down any further.
Can't narrow it down.
I'll send that report to you.
So it'll be everybody that I originally saw, that 500 something names.
So you just want it to go back to January 1st?
Yeah.
Okay. For a specific course or for all courses?
Yeah, there's some specific ones. The 101-02, the 103-04, and the 103-02.
Okay. So if you want, I can walk you through how to assign that training to your users.
Okay, I've got like 6 courses though. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
All right, so get back to admin.
Yep.
Users.
Actually, it's admin and learning assignment tool.
Okay, learning assignment tool. All right. Yep. Okay, create assignment.
Yep.
Create assignment. Standards, what we want. So assignment title. It's going to be yearly safety training.
It can be whatever you want. This is something that users aren't really going to see the title, but this is something that's going to be on the page where it lists all the assignments. So something that you can easily identify it and say, okay, yeah, that's my assignment.
Annual safety training. Okay, assignment description.
Oh, you don't have to enter a description unless you want to.
Okay. Okay, select the training for this assignment. So there's going to be like 6 different courses.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and select training.
Okay. Locator number, or right here. There we go.
Yeah, you
so
just enter the course number and apply filters.
That's it right there. So I check that.
That's right. And then you can search for another training.
Okay. 103-4.
If you just enter 103, then it'll list all the 103.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. 103. Plus filters. How many 103s I have? I got 02 and 04. 02, 04. Hit select there.
Well, do you have others that you want to search for?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go ahead and do those. And then whenever you're finished, click select.
Okay. (101) SO3. Protected program. 104-02. Fire extinguisher. And 17. Filters. 893. And then I hit select.
Yeah, if that's all you want to choose. That's hit select.
And it'll show me what I've picked, right, once I do that?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll do a double check, make sure I got it all. All right, hearing noise safety. Pathogens. Restore protection. Awareness. Somehow or another I didn't select the lead awareness. I need to add that one.
Oh, there's a second page. So.
Oh, okay, that's what it's at. Okay. Make sure I got this 104-02. And then 117.3. Okay, and then this one should be load awareness. Yep. Okay. So that's it.
Yep.
So then I hit next.
Right.
Signed, approved, and registered, right?
That's correct.
I don't have to do that. Email settings. We didn't do anything there.
Just leave those all the same.
Custom email, okay. Next.
Mm-hmm.
Processing.
So if you leave this as a default, once you click submit, then it's going to immediately assign this stuff to the users.
Okay. When the start date, they can start it now, and then specific date to be done would be by the end of the year. I don't want to have to go in and do a specific date for every course.
Right. This will associate for each of the courses.
So I'd say each course has to be done by the end of the year.
Yeah. So then you would select specific date and then choose your date.
And apply to every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice to have them each quarter, but I'm gonna go ahead and just assign it by the end of the year.
Okay.
So we'll shoot for 28th of December. Everybody should have them done by then.
And on vacation.
Yeah. Due date, training start date, that'd be soon as it's signed. Process start. Okay, so that should be good. Hit next.
Yep.
Select users. So it wouldn't be all users, it'd be select users of a COPE, right?
Right.
Select users. So put in COPE right here.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you have to select plant location from the drop down.
Oh, okay. Location.
See the drop down in the top left that says users right now and has the
arrow? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Location.
A plant location.
Yeah. Okay. I was about to ask you what's different than location and plant location.
Location would be like an address, and
okay.
We don't list addresses in the system.
COPE generating station. Okay. And Leslie Blevins was one that shouldn't have been on there.
Okay, and we can uncheck that user.
Uncheck it?
Oh no, go ahead and select COPE generating station and then click your select button.
Okay.
And so we want to force a new occurrence. So if you scroll down a little bit and then check the assign new occurrence, and then click the generate initial user list on the bottom right. And then we'll scroll down and find the user Blevins. Any users, what you would do, any users that you don't want to see this training, just uncheck the box next to their name.
Okay. We got a new employee, so he's going to have to do this too. So how would I add him?
I'll have to add him in the system. So you'll email me his information and I'll add him. And then whenever you come back to this page, you just click copy, and there are page numbers down at the bottom. If you want to, you might have to click to a new page.
Yeah, well, we're not in alphabetical order.
They're in alphabetical order by first name.
By first name, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I don't know if there's any way that we can change it.
I got you. That's just no problem. I was just thinking, well, Blevins, I don't see it yet. 2.
Yeah, all you would have to do is come to the learning assignment tool. Yeah, just uncheck that.
Right. Put it all. Make sure all the rest of these are right. Check this last page. Wesley McQueen. I don't know who that is. That's one that don't need to be on here. So. All right, hit next now.
Yep.
All right.
And if you're ready to go, just click submit.
69 users. Okay. Should I submit? Yes.
So this is going to be, if you notice, the status is reading as queued. Usually it'll take about 1 to 5 minutes to process. This might take a little bit longer because you have 5 pieces of training and 69 users. For example, if you had 1 piece of training and 1 users, it would be really fast. So, but once it's queued or once it's processed, then the training will be on the user's transcript.
Okay.
And one thing to keep in mind is that if you set a training to occur in the future, it's going to remain queued until that date occurs, until you come to that date. So with that said, you can make changes, you can cancel it, but once you, if you're going to set an assignment for immediate assignment, once you click submit, there's no way to cancel it.
Okay. All right, and then once you send me that file that's got all the Dominion, I guess, Southeast Energy Group, I can go through there and look at my people that assigned the training to and see if they've started courses and finished them up to that point, and I can change it to completed then if I need to.
Right, yeah.
Okay. And it'll give me the date that they showed, that they actually did it?
It will.
Okay, all right, and I can just go back there and do that. I'll just look for anything with 2020 behind it.
Okay,
I'll
great.
make it easy with their names. And to do an individual report now, like for say a reports. I want to do that. Can we go through that one more time?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
All right, so we're done here then. So I can go to reports.
Yeah, and standard.
Standard reports. Training.
Mm-hmm.
And then go down to enterprise training.
That's right.
So do one. Select criteria. Like plant location.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you might not have to do plant location. Oh, no, you do. You do. Otherwise, you're going to have everybody in SCANA show up in the report.
Okay. So it's just right here. So look for cope. Done.
Yep.
And I go and hit completed.
Yeah, if you want to view the users that are in a completed status.
I'm not worried about
And
training.
I would check the completed date box.
Okay, pushing date.
And then click search.
And that's what it showed me earlier. That's the only ones I've done anything since the first of the year. So I can export Excel or just do printable version if I want that. Okay. Or block that pop up. Come on.
Oh, I see what's happening. So you have pop-ups blocked.
So that's what it should be printing me off, right there.
Yeah, and then you can print that and send it to a printer if you want.
Okay. All right. And once I can go in there and look, see who's done things, I go in there and change it to completed if they've already done it.
Yeah, and one thing I want to show you, so let's scroll down a little bit if you don't mind. So if you, so let's go to, let's search for an individual course. Let's say 104-02. -02.
104-02.
Yeah, you have to click the little search icon on the right.
Oh, okay.
Select the course.
-02. Okay.
So select that. And under status, let's select or uncheck completed. And then click your search button.
Is it gonna pull up everything in the menu? Or, oh, it's still got code there. Okay, I see that now. So then hit search.
Mm-hmm. This should pull everyone into registered status, assuming that well, it hasn't processed yet. So
just hadn't processed. Okay.
let's change the date to like 2019. I just wanted to show you one thing.
Okay. Like July maybe, or?
Sure, yeah, we can try that.
Okay. Shit, it didn't stay.
You can type in that box too if you
There it goes.
want to.
All right. So go back to search now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so if you click on, let's say this for Adam or Bernie Adams in the top line, the far right, there's a details icon.
All right.
What that's going to do is, do you see it?
Details, yeah.
Yeah, click that, and it's going to take you directly to that user's transcript for that item. So then you'll be able to edit the user's transcript for that item. So just a little shortcut I wanted to show you.
That's the way I can get in there to it, okay. As long as they've taken it in the past. Okay.
Yeah, as long as they are assigned, because this user's in a registered status, that means he hasn't started it yet. And if you click the assignment and version history at the very bottom, there's a little white arrow to the far right.
Yeah.
So this shows that shows the training history. He's been assigned 5 times, and Craig Martin assigned this on 8/16/2019, and so far this user obviously hasn't completed the training.
Okay. That completed for us now, so I won't check him off. He'll have to do ours. And now he's at this site because he came from a Williams location. Options. Options. I really don't show you much, does it? Okay. Well, there says due date none.
Yeah, a lot of trainings won't have a due date unless the admin assigns a due date in the learning assignment tool. But if you look at some of the new assignments that you just did, they should show a due date.
Yeah. It's once they get put in the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
There it goes. This is just, where should I go now?
If you scroll down to the bottom, and there should be a back button.
Ah, yeah, that's the way you go back, and it's not the other button. Okay.
And then click back again. You keep clicking that back button, and it should take you back to the report, I believe.
It's in the same spot. Yeah, it's not backing me out. So maybe I should go to...
It should do it. Actually, you might have to just go back to the report. Or if you see the top where it has, under the home, there's that reports link that says reports and enterprise training. Let's try clicking that and see what it does.
Click on reports.
Or enterprise training. Click enterprise training.
Okay.
No, it reset it.
That definitely helped me there, figure out how to get to there and assign the training and check it.
Okay. Well, do you feel like you're pretty much set? Once I get that report to you, you should be able to.
Yeah, I think so. If I have any problems,
completed the training.
Yeah, if I have any problems with it, can I call you?
Yeah, sure, of course.
All right, I'll go through there and mark them, and then I'll go back in there and try to change them, the ones that have finished it.
Okay, great.
I appreciate all your help, Dusty. Thank you.
Hey, no problem. Have a good day.
You too. Oh, and I need to add that employee, so I need to send you an email with his name and number, right?
Yeah, his name and email address.
No,
and then obviously
number?
he's going to be at Cope.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need an employee number?
Yeah, and if there's an employee number, go ahead and send that too.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.